Dylan Frazier actually won a nice singles match, start of the day, and over Kaysen Campbell. So he's into the semifinals of men's singles and hoping to get to the semifinals of men's doubles. Here we go. Speed up by Connor. That Dylan hits well long. In the championship court behind us, we have a good match going on in the third game between the number one seed is facing a third game challenge from Tellez and de Villiers. The career record of Guh and Garnett is 6-3. They've had a fairly recent partnership together, but have made it here to the quarterfinals. Nice lob and a nice retrieval there by Augie Guh. Connor Garnett's played a lot with another left-hander, Tyler Leung, for quite a few matches, so he's used to playing with a lefty. Augie Guh's a very good one. Wow, great speed up, and he was ready for the counter. And Eric Oncins has really good hands. I'd say some of the certainly top 10 in the men's game, in my opinion. Up and comer on the men's side. Really nice human as well. You really have, in this match, you have 4 really great guys. They're all super fun to talk to and super nice and very open to the fans as well. Wow, Connor's really doing a nice job speeding up there. Career record of Oncins and Frazier is 16-5. That's a very impressive 7.62 win percentage. Wow, that was a great point, an Ernie defense, but ultimately they win the rally and get their first point of the match, now trailing 2-1. Stink there by Augie Guh, and it's going to even the score up at 2. Nice finish there by Augie. I think the match behind us just finished. Diescu and Tardio took it home in 3, so they're going to advance to the semifinals tomorrow as the number 1 seed. And if Oncins and Frazier can pull this match out, we'll have the top 4 seeds advancing in all 3 doubles disciplines. That's quite unusual to have quite that much chalk, but we could have it here in the frozen tundra of Lakeville, Minnesota. my second ball retrieval of the day. I could have had that one in the air, but I missed it, so I had to take the headset off. Oh, wow, that was a very makeable ATP, but Eric Oncins could not make it happen. Fortunately for me, they didn't make as a part of my job interview process that I had to be coordinated, so I don't need to have that coordination as a commentator. Oh my, what? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy point. Defense there by Frazier and Oncins was incredible. I don't believe they won that point. That was nuts. Another good counter. Their hands of Frazier and Oncins are top notch. There's a reason why they're the 4 seed. A little too much there for Frazier to handle, and nice possession though. They've extended that lead to 3 here, up 5-2. Got some of the people coming out of championship court, filling in some of the seats here. It's getting kind of late though. That one was called out. I didn't get a great look at it, but I think it was a little bit long. That closes the gap to 1 here, 5-4. Another great example of Dylan Frazier's hands. These guys have hands that can compete with anybody, including the teams like Patrick and Alshon. So they're flashing them right now in this match. That one clips the net and lands in. Ties the score at 5. Battle there won by Frazier and Oncins. Got behind Doggy a little bit on his backhand, and they did a good job tying the score up at 5. Turn goes long by Connor. Connor went over to take that ball and left his side of the court wide open, and they found it. Now they're up 2. Beautiful example of a combo where Eric Oncins speeds it up, gets a weaker ball, and he puts it away for the 8th point of this first game. Good close there by Connor Garnett at an important time there. Dylan Frazier serving now up 3. Goes long. Given the fact that Augie Guh is a left-hander, he's always going to be playing on the left with, on the right with Connor Garnett on the left. And then conversely, Eric Oncins is the left side player for Frazier and Oncins. He's a very, very good left side player with his length and finishing ability. While Dylan can play the left, I think he's one of the best right side players in the game, certainly top 10 in my opinion, probably approaching top 5, and I think these guys could make a great partnership going forward if they stay together. Good emotion there by Dylan. He showed a lot of emotion in his singles match earlier today, and he brings that into this doubles match and gets the ball back up 8-5. Well, that's just a beautiful finish by Eric Oncins. He has a great two-hand roll and flick, and he puts that one well inside the baseline to give his team a 9-5. Oncins and Frazier, and we'll see if Frazier and Oncins can close out this first game. Nice attack there by Dylan, which Connor could not counter. Leads to the first game point of this match. That one looks long, and it is. So just like that, it's an 11-5 game 1 victory for the 4 seed, and they'll see if they can come back and close this match out in 2. And we're going to take a quick break and be back with you shortly from the Carvana Grandstand Court. Pickleball Central Indoor National Championships. We're starting game 2 here with Augie Guh serving to Dylan Frazier. They dropped the first game 11-5. Trying to get some early points here early in game 2 to make this a match. Net got in the way there. I think the difference in that first game was in my opinion, the superior hand speed and finishing speed of Frazier and Oncins. They were winning a lot of those hands battles and counters. Nice counter there again with a attempted speed up that Dylan pounds down through and gets the ball back. They gave up 1, but now serving. Again, that backhand roll is right near the top of the backhand rolls in the men's side. Certainly Ben is known for that shot, Ben Johns, but Oncins is all over the place right now. When he gets going, he's tough to stop. He's like a steamroller going downhill. Goes wide by Connor Garnett, and they were up 1-0. They've got given up 3 points in about less than a minute. That looked like it was in. But again, I think that's a great challenge by Dylan Frazier. Great challenge, which just wasn't successful. But you gotta take a shot at that one. Players have been incredibly accurate all day at making these calls. There has been very few that have been overturned. I don't know how they're that good at line calls, but all day they've been very good at line calls. Almost every challenge has been. Almost every challenge has gone the way of the team that called it originally. But here we go again at 3-1. They're on the 2. Speed up by Dylan, countered by Connor, and then Eric Oncins has got his forehand just waiting to rip it, and he does. Great serve there by Eric. And he is just relentless. He's pounding everything. Pounds the return, hits a hard drive, and then gets a volley winner. Here by Connor Garnett. Sometimes when a team is just putting that much pressure on you, you just try to get them a little bit off their game and get the ball back, and they're playing aggressive right now, especially Oncins. Augie picks a nice time to speed it up there. That was a nice speed up by Augie. They got a big hole to dig out up here, down 6-1 and down a game. Much needed point there for Guh and Garnett. Down 2-6 now. Now another point for those of you keeping track of the weather. It's cooled down a little bit. We got to a high of I think about 10 below 0 today. Now we're back to 14 below 0. So it's nice to see that warmth come up to -10, but we're back to -14 now. Nice finish there by Connor. Yeah, I think the worst of it's behind us on the cold temps. I think we'll still get low tonight, but nice run here by Guh and Garnett. Now just down 2. Nice placement there of that shot by Oncins. Behind Augie Guh. Very supportive to his partner Dylan Frazier. They work well together. They're a good team. Wow, that's a ridiculous ATP by Eric Oncins. The ball got pulled wide, and both Connor Garnett and Augie Guh give him a paddle clap. That's elite play there by Eric Oncins. He's really good at pickleball. And Connor Garnett comes back with his own ATP. He's got one of the best two-handed, backhanded ATPs out there. I've seen him hit a number of those, and he just not only makes them, but he hits them very hard and in tough spots to defend. So you don't want to go wide on his backhand too much because he's going to make you pay with his ATPs. There's Eric Oncins with his backhand roll again. It's just so good. They're up, find themselves up 7-4 here. Wow, great finish there by Dylan. They did a great job kind of reestablish themselves at the kitchen and getting that 8th point. They're 3 points here from the match, and that's going to lead to another timeout by, or a timeout by Garnett and Guh. Want to make sure this isn't a challenge and it's actually a timeout. I believe it's a timeout. And the ball was in. So that'll lead to an 8th point, as we thought, and it's now 8-4. 3 points here from the match. Rare dink miss there by Eric Oncins. He's I can't even remember any errors he's made this whole match. He's played so strong and so clean. Misses one there, and it gets the ball back to Guh and Garnett, down 4. Wow. Dylan speeds up one and hits the net, hits Connor Garnett in the chest for a bag, a net bag. Getting bagged is never fun, but off the net makes it even a little bit more frustrating because nothing you can do about it. So Eric yelled out on that ball, wanting Dylan to let it go, but Dylan was already in the motion of hitting it and couldn't lay off it, and it leads to a point for Guh and Garnett. Got another 5 on the board. Again, if you hit that ball too high to Eric Oncins' backhand, he doesn't just hit it, he hits it hard almost every time. That one clips the net for a reserve by Dylan Frazier, up 8-5. Case in point, same thing. If it's a little bit elevated, takes that paddle from down low and goes low to high and just rips it with that backhand. That one goes into the net. Does not reach the court past the kitchen line, so it results in a second serve for Eric Oncins. Connor did a nice job speeding that one up, but it got countered, and now they face a match point with Eric Oncins serving at 10-5, and Garnett and Guh are going to call I believe it's a free challenge timeout. I think they used their regular timeout. I think they're using their free challenge timeout here. Here we go, coming out of a timeout. We have our first match point, I should say, with Eric Oncins serving to Augie Guh. That's it. That was a great way to end the match, and kind of fitting of how this whole match went. It was a pretty dominant performance by Eric Oncins and Dylan Frazier, winning 11-5, 11-5. And they'll advance to tomorrow's semifinals. Really impressive performance by both Dylan and Eric. And like I said, I think they have a good chance of certainly winning tomorrow and winning this whole